Well, I didn't see that coming. I got to apologize. I'm just getting through cold this weekend and spent so many hours trying to figure out what do I say. And I've been going back and forth on several things. Just one clarification. I'm not only a camarada of Eric Quesada, I consider myself a very close and dear friend. And I just want to mention that I cannot imagine the loss that Lorena, Istel, Doña Clarita, los tíos, las tías, all the cousins, los sobrinos that you guys are going through. I cannot fathom the feeling that you guys are going through. I know that many speakers are going to talk about the leadership and the qualities that Eric had. All those characteristics are true. However, I would like to talk about Eric in a more personal way without ignoring these great political and leadership achievements. Interesting enough, I met Eric in the spring of 1993. After moving to San Francisco, I moved in 1992. Ever so briefly, I wanted to form my own social network, and as any Latino gay man, I went to Esta Noche. Lo and behold, that everyone in that bar, or most of them in that bar, were patients of Clinica Esperanza, the HIV clinic, and it looked like they saw the devil. The early times of HIV, people didn't want to think about HIV. So then there goes their health educator wanting to have fun, and I ruined their evening. So I went to my supervisor. Right now she's here, Brenda Story, who was the HIV services director, and now the executive director of Mission Neighborhood Health Center. She says, why don't you think about forming your own social support outside of the bar scene? Plus that's healthy, isn't it? So what I did, that long story making it short, with my partner of that time, we saw a flyer that says, Eres Mexicano, ¿quieres reunirte? And we went to La Peña del Sur. When I saw Mochi, I remember La Peña del Sur. When we had on a beautiful April Sunday afternoon, very sunny, several people arrived. Madi Vasallo, who's Eric's comadre at this point. Eric Van Roydich, I don't know if I have his last name right. Eric Van Roydich, who now lives in Spain. Alejandro and David Sweet Cordero, who are here in the house right now. Ruben Garcia, who I haven't seen in a while. I'm not sure if he's here. And Miriam Escamilla, Marcos Bañales, who was my ex at the time. We formed Mexicanos Sin Frontera. Oh, but there was one other person there, this Guatemalteco, born in Los Angeles and raised in the Mission District, que ahí se fue a pegar. He was Eric Quesada, and he made a compelling point that he needed to be there. So he was adopted by this embryonic group called Mexicanos Sin Fronteras, who we tried to figure out what was happening in Mexico, but eventually with Prop 187, it derived in what was Movimiento por los Derechos de los Inmigrantes, the immigrant rights movement. I just want to say, in summary, that what I learned about Eric, there was this word that would never stop coming out of his mouth. It was called relevance. We need to be relevant, he would always say, in whatever we did. And you know what? I think that I took that in heart. He would always tie issues, not only unos mexicanos that wanted to protest Salinas and Cedillo, but also what was happening with immigrants' rights. What was happening with people of color in this country? He introduced me to the People of Color Task Force of the Committees of Correspondence. For those of you that were in the committee say, I never heard of them. Yes, there was a People of Color Task Force with people like Bill Sorrell and others, Carl Knapp. So that was my new re-education in American politics. Also, with that is fighting the gentrification in the Mission. Eric was seen at an alarming rate, people being evicted from the Mission. So he started working with different groups and what ended up being MAC, but that's another story for another time. I was supposed to focus on the 90s. But the most important thing that I want to mention before I leave is that the most thing I remember about Eric is his humanity, and I mean it, his humanity. I'm happy and I'm blessed that I was able to know Eric beyond the political and beyond the community organizing activity and learned, and this is very true, I learned about Eric Quesada as a human being, his hopes, his fears, his disappointments, his guilts. We're all human beings. I was able to be one of his few friends that knew what was going on with him, but also how he grew, how he had this introspection, how he became a better man, a better human being. I just want to say that I am so happy to have been part of his life, to continue to be part of his family, and I can only say that in this lifetime, I will miss this happy warrior, this gentle soul, this remarkable human being. But he will continue to live in our lives. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.